This is Darren Rhodes with Marketing Renegades. Hope you're doing well today. I want to talk to you just for a few minutes about unique ability. Now listen, I know there's so much stuff out there. I almost called it crap. There's so much stuff out there about, the psychology and the thinking and the mindset. But listen, mindset is so important in business, and it will affect you every single day. It will affect every single situation you're in. It will affect how far you can really stretch your business. Did you know that you cannot get your business past whatever your psychological boundaries are? Your brain, for whatever reason, has dialed in a limitation as to what you can accomplish. And until that changes, you're not going to be able to get past it. It's just how it is. Our minds are so strong that they really do dictate where we go. But think about this. How you think, your ability to create, and the talents that God has given you here on earth are yours, and they are yours alone. There's something entirely unique about you. And when you can take your talents and abilities that God has given you and put them in the marketplace, then you truly can be unstoppable. Now, what do I mean by unstoppable? Do I mean that you're going to curb stomp every single person and competitor? No, it means that you are going to help more and more people solve a problem that they have, that you have the unique ability to help solve. Okay, so what is your unique ability and why does it matter? Your unique ability is something that might take a little bit of self-discovery, and often it can be found in ways that you naturally interact with other people, whether it be a loved one, a spouse, your children, parents, those around you. You can find your unique ability by simply going back to what you naturally revolve to. So let me give you a really good example. I'm one of those people that I like to talk, okay? And I like to explain things verbally. So if you and I are engaged in a great conversation, well, I will lose a sense of track of time, right? Now, I don't want to say that I'm talkative. Now, my wife, she might say that, and maybe some others too, right? But if we're engaged in a very uplifting conversation, I want to know more. And when I verbalize things like today, for example, then things become a lot more clear for me. So one of my unique abilities is to communicate and help break down complex things into simple bite-sized chunks. And by doing so, enabling whoever I'm working with or trying to help. Now, you may not quite have that unique ability. Who cares? Your unique ability is yours and yours alone. And how you communicate and connect with people is going to be yours. So what's really great about this? I talk to a lot of people that are so worried about their competition. And they're so worried about all of these tactics they think that they should be deploying. And this can be a big issue, because if you have too many tactics that you have to deploy, then you're going to get to the end of whatever that strategy was, and you're going to be frustrated. So I've been through many coaching programs. I've been through a ton of training, marketing training, all the way from my days clear back in the late 90s, I'm going to say it, in the late 90s, at BYU in my advertising and marketing classes. And all over these years, we've taught marketing, strategy, and tactics. But the problem is there's so many of them now that it can be completely overwhelming. And the other part of it is there might be some, or not might, there are a lot of tactics out there that don't really fit your unique ability. And that's problematic too, because what will happen is you will spend so much of your time trying to do what somebody else tells you to do. And it takes way more effort, takes way more energy, and leads to frustration. And so, well, frustration and overwhelm. And then when you're overwhelmed, you quit. And you just go back to doing what you always thought you were, just back doing the same old thing, and you feel like you can never get out of what I call the little duck pond, right? So if you are sitting inside of your unique ability and you are spending time utilizing your unique ability to help people just in the way that you can help them, then you know what? You are not going to feel like you're working hardly at all. So, I was just talking to a really, really good friend of mine. We've known each other for a long, long time. And, after being in the retail space for ever since, when was it, 2009, 2010, when independent brokers were almost legislated out of business. Having been a broker for years before that, and then back into the retail space. Now we hit 2018, and with really great wholesale lenders like people like Matt Ishbia, UWM, and others that really started laying the groundwork for the buildup of mortgage brokers. Well, I was able to jump back in and leave the retail space at the same time as my really good friend did. And he currently runs a really fantastic mortgage brokerage out in the Midwest. Well, we were just chatting on the phone the other day, kind of catching up. Excuse me. And there was a common thread as we were talking about the events that led up to us leaving the retail side of things. And in fact, what we were talking about, we were laughing, chuckling with each other because I had called him to tell him that I was leaving his company. And, you guys have all been through those phone calls, or you've been through those meetings where you're going up to whoever you're working for and you're saying, yeah, you know what, I'm leaving. I appreciate it, but I'm out of here. I'm off to do my own thing. And he on the phone was saying, he said to me, hey, yep, okay, yep. And I thought, oh, here it comes, because man, this is a good friend of mine, and I'm telling him I'm ditching his company and whatnot. And again, remember, we're both at a retail bank. And then he says, okay, you know what, Rhodes, that's great. That's great. I understand. But tell me what's going on. Like, tell me about brokering. I want to learn more. I want to learn what it's like to broker. So I was like, wait, what? You're leaving too? Anyway, so that changed the tone of that conversation. We've laughed about it since because I was so nervous and he was so stealthy, but we're both actually trying to achieve the same thing. But here's what's cool. The common thread of the independent mortgage broker is just that one word, and that's independent. There was nothing like leaving a retail company that told me how I should market. Now, I got some good stories about that. In fact, maybe I'll tell you one. That told me how I needed to do things in my local market when they were way off base. They were based 1,000 miles away. It told me how I had to structure everything, and who told me how I basically had to run my business when it ran counterintuitive to the way that I felt like it should be run in my local market. So that common thread of fierce independence between us mortgage brokers makes us a little bit of a renegade. Now, renegade meaning we are rebelling against the status quo. Now, listen, having been on the retail side, you know that there's a difference between an independent mortgage broker and a retail mortgage loan officer. I'm not saying one's better or worse. I'm just saying that there is this fierce independence that mortgage brokers carry. And it's this thread of entrepreneurship where you found a business that you know that you can help your local marketplace and that you can dominate inside of your marketplace, right? And so you're already a little bit of a renegade. And now you want to take that feeling, that unique ability feeling, and you want to project that out into the marketplace through really cool marketing strategies using your unique ability. Okay, so interestingly enough, back to the, I actually do need to tell you this story. So I was back at a retail bank. This is probably about 10 years ago. And I wanted to give away a turkey for Thanksgiving on Facebook. Now, I also wanted to use this little raffle giveaway to increase our spread or our reach on Facebook. And so we did the classic, hey, like my page, get entered into a drawing to win a Facebook turkey, a turkey for Thanksgiving and a pie. I think we threw a pie in there too. We sent it out to all of our past clients, everybody in our database. So I'm thinking this is really great. We shoot the video, blah, blah, blah. I get a call from the marketing head. He said, Darren, I need you to take that ad down right now. I'm like, what ad? Because I'm thinking, ad, what ad? He said, that turkey giveaway, you can't run that. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with doing a turkey giveaway? It's anybody can enter. You know, we researched all the sweepstakes stuff, make sure we're in line, you know, to give away a turkey. And he said, you got to take it down right now. It's against compliance. I'm like, okay, help me understand where it's against compliance. And I wasn't being combative. I was just trying to know what was against compliance. And he said, well, it's against Facebook rules. I said, wait a minute, is it against the company rules to give away or to run a raffle for a free turkey? I said, no, it's against Facebook rules. I'm like, wait a minute, are you telling me that you're policing Facebook? And he said, he's like, dude, I don't know. I was just told to tell you to take it down. I don't have an answer for you. I said, okay, well, let me talk to the head marketing person, compliance. Get them on the phone. Yeah, you got to take it down. Why? It's against Facebook policy. Okay, is it against the company policy? No, of course not. Who cares? It's against Facebook policy. What do you mean it's against Facebook policy? And they said, well, Facebook says you can't run raffles to get likes. I'm like, wait a minute, I have this approved on Facebook. I said, are you telling me that you're governing Facebook's rules? And they said, well, no, I can't answer that. I said, okay, well, let me ask you a question. If I were to run this same raffle on a local radio station, would you also go over to that radio station, make sure you knew their rules, and then come back to me and said you're going to enforce those rules? Because how do you know? I already have it approved on Facebook. Anyway, they said, I don't have an answer for you. It's like, sorry, Darren, I don't have an answer for you. Just take it down until we can get further. Like, all right. So that was actually really one of the last straws. I dealt with marketing departments before, and each marketing department is totally different depending on the company and depending on who they hired and what their understanding of everything was. And so when we finally became independent, and I mean fiercely independent mortgage brokers, everything changed. So yes, I was able to give away a turkey and a pie for Thanksgiving. Okay, now, your unique ability. Find your unique ability, and you're going to have more than one, I promise. But you're going to have one or two things that are sitting inside of this triad. A very good formula to figure this out is, number one, what you're good at, okay? Number two, what you like doing. And number three, what makes you money. If you can get an overlap of all those three, I'm going to repeat them. What you're good at, what you like doing, and what makes you money. If you can get inside of that overlap, then you will have found a very important unique ability that you can get out into the marketplace. And it will not matter what your competition's doing, because listen, everything we do is a commodity. Interest rates, closings, fast closing, all of that is a commodity, right? Everything out there really is a commodity. Who can't deliver any of these things that we can deliver product-wise, right? But the one thing that nobody can deliver is you and your connection to your people. So use your unique ability to connect with as many people as possible and to help them solve a problem that they have. And it could be referral partners, it could be past clients, it could be current clients, it doesn't matter. Whatever segment you are in the marketplace that you like to specialize in, then use your unique ability to solve their problems. And if you can get that message out there with offers to help, then you will have an endless supply of business, okay? Then, by the way, then you can start tacking on the tactics. You can start tacking on the tactics, the ones that you're comfortable with, and the ones that will actually start to work for you. Okay? So go out there, go get them. And I hope that helps today. Thank goodness that we are renegade marketers, right? Or marketing renegades.